Okay, ready, go.
Hello.
John.
This is a mess.
What?
Who the hell is John?
Well, I don't know. Who isn't John?
Okay, we'll try again.
Want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Hello.
And
Hello, Aunt?
welcome.
Oh, you wanted to go like that. I thought it was going to be a fun thing. Okay, hello.
And
Welcome
to
the
Couch
Beers.
Podcast.
I,
Hope
you,
are
having
a
grand
time
listening
to
us.
scene.
Wow, beautiful. Not what I thought.
No. Should I leave that whole part in there where we just screwed up everything?
Sure, why not? I mean, or you could just do an outtake. I don't know.
No, outtakes are lame unless you're Rush Hour. Rush Hour always had the best outtakes.
Hell yeah. Or Shanghai Noon. Shanghai Nights. Anything with Jackie Chan,
Wasn't
really.
that... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, wasn't that just a Rush Hour spinoff?
Oh. What was that?
I sprayed my beer.
Oh, wow. Very
It's early.
expected.
Juicy IPA. Moving pictures. Pretty good.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you got for us today, Timmy?
I don't have too much.
Oh.
I'm still spending way too much of my time reading, thinking, researching, listening about crypto.
Oh.
I know most people don't care, but I think they should. But I can't convince anybody.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it because people will be like, you know what? I'm going to turn this off. So.
Yeah. I know people don't want to listen to it, but I'm just so obsessed.
Yeah, I know. We should just have a separate, meeting of the minds, and I'll ask questions and you can answer them. And then
Deal.
I'll smile and nod, pretending like I know what's going on. And
Deal.
I'll laugh. Yep. Okay.
I've decided that that's my ticket to, like we talked
Narnia.
about.
Oh.
We talked about how, like I said, I don't care about money. I just want enough money to do whatever I want. I decided that's my ticket.
That's like a bumper sticker? What do you mean? That's your ticket?
No.
Oh, crypto's your ticket.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It's going to take... I decided by the time I'm 40. But
You've decided that's when it'll pay off, or
Yep.
You give up at age 40 and say, you know what, this is not a good thing.
if it looks like it's not going to happen, I'll give up before 40. But that's my goal. Anyway.
I can't wait till you have kids and you're going to be like, hey, look at here, Johnny. You are going to get 1.0000003 Bitcoin.
From the Tooth Fairy?
Oh, okay. No, that's an excellent segment thing that you just led into. So, a colleague / friend of mine was telling me a conundrum or a situation she was embracing, which has never happened to me, nor you, I hope. Well, actually, that's the question. So, the conundrum is children grow older, and as they grow older, they either become wiser or gullible.
Mm-hmm.
Or, as we've seen, dumber. But my question to you is, were you told or did you figure out that the Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, Santa Claus was fake, not real, a spirit? Like, was it told or did you figure it out?
I don't remember.
And at what age?
I don't remember the Tooth Fairy or the Easter Bunny, but I specifically remember when I found out Santa was not real.
Were you insert age?
I was in 3rd grade, I think.
3rd grade, okay.
Yeah. There was a group of kids at the lunch table talking about Santa, and one of them told us that his parents told him Santa wasn't real. But I didn't tell my parents because I was convinced that meant I would get less presents.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay. And
what about you?
So, I mean, for me, it was think it was 4th grade actually. And it was a shock to me because everyone else, I was apparently behind because everyone around me was like, yeah, we knew that. Like the teacher was like, Santa Claus isn't real, right? And like before she started, like she was going to write something on the board. And then she just whips around and she's like, you guys know Santa Claus isn't real, right? I don't know the context, but I remember she did that. Like, you guys know that, right?
I can't believe she would do that because I would think she'd get like hate mail from the parents.
Well, I also lived in a small town, rural community. So those people parents actually had the teachers back kind of most of the time.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I just remember sitting there. My jaw was damn near on the floor and everyone, it was like everyone around me is like, yeah, we know that. And I'm just like, yeah, what?
Yeah, I totally knew that.
And yeah, that's how I figured it out. Well, not figured it out. I suspected, but never knew. So I guess, yeah. So I guess I don't know how old would we be in that grade? Backwards,
9 or 10 in 4th grade,
okay,
probably.
So yeah, I feel like if you're entering middle school, if you still believe, I think maybe, I hope you figure it out before then. My personal opinion is I think you might have some psychological damage long term if you still believe Santa Claus is real in 8th grade,
Yeah.
But that's just me. To each their own.
Well, I also remember after I'd found out and was like pretending I still believed in Santa Claus, I was watching, my dad was watching Seinfeld and I was just hanging out with him, right? And they made a joke about Santa not being real. And I was like, oh no, my dad's going to find out I don't know. But he just ignored it. Either he didn't think about it or he just ignored it.
Or he's just like, my son is smart enough to know that Santa Claus isn't real.
Maybe, yeah.
Sorry, loud.
You go. I thought of something that I thought would be kind of fun for our listeners, viewers, and us.
Where we go back and forth one word at a time.
Was
that's 2 words.
You screwed it up. No. Where like we talked, I think in the very first episode about how we're gonna like say a bunch of stuff that is wrong, and I made a joke that we were gonna have like a segment at the beginning of every podcast where we correct everything that we got wrong in the last one.
Was that a joke, or was that like serious intentions that we just never?
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
But I thought it'd be fun if people that are listening, if they hear us say something that they know is not correct, that they tell us, and then we at the beginning of each episode can go through the list of things that people made fun of us for saying incorrectly. So I got one from the last episode.
Oh no. Is it for me or you?
It was for you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you were saying this seriously or not, but
probably.
One of my friends informed me that there are in fact no space submarines in the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Space submarines? I didn't say space submarines.
That's what he said. I didn't remember.
I mean, space and submarines, but there's definitely submarines.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? They're wrong. Who's your friend? Who's your source?
I don't know if I should say.
Is it Sam?
Yeah.
He's wrong. It's what's her name? It's the gal, whatever. She's like out to kill Dom and everything, and she hijacks like a Russian nuclear sub, and it breaks through the Antarctic ice crust thing. Do not test me on this. Okay, space is incorrect, but that's in the next movie. That's what I meant to say.
The space submarines are coming?
No. Space, the final frontier, or whatever the hell they say.
Do they really go to space in Fast and Furious?
This next one, apparently, yes.
Interesting.
It's not out yet. That's how it's in a trailer if you don't do that, I know, but
it's true.
But yeah, so anyway, is that the only thing, or did I say?
The other thing I didn't write down, but Sam's fiance did follow up because I said she probably like hates the Myers-Briggs test, and we're like taking it seriously.
Oh, I didn't take that. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I was gonna remind you, but then she told me
it's a hoax.
She said it's not really a scam. You can get good information out of it, but the free online ones definitely are a scam.
Oh yeah, I mean I think there's most validity, but not 100%.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, this is me. Like I like to engage other people. I like to talk to other people. I don't wipe my rear end with my opposite hand to challenge me, though. That's not me. Like, so it's like 92%
Really, I guess like
accurate.
what she was saying is that it's so easy. Like if in your head you want to be a certain type of person, you'll answer those questions as if you were that type of person, right?
But what if you're
like
an honest
even if
person?
it's subconsciously? What
if you're an honest person?
Um,
Like for me, if this says like you get back to someone's email in a timely manner, which then it's like, well, what is a timely manner? First off, but then for me, it's like that's true 70% of the time for me. That's so then I'm like, it's not 100%. Sometimes I have 5 options, like strongly agree, NA, disagree, strongly disagree. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
But,
well, what she was saying was that it's really good for 2 things. It's good for
nothing.
Giving you a way to describe yourself to other people.
Boo. Use your words.
It's good for like she said, she will give the test as kind of a baseline to like start getting to understand someone.
Okay.
So then she can take that information.
Is she an HR generalist or analyst or something?
Well, she's getting her doctorate in psychology.
So
I don't know.
That's
as much as I know.
A psychologist.
Yes. No.
Study of zoo animals.
See, we're gonna get fact checked on this before the next one.
I think that's accurate, isn't that? Study of zoo animals, psychology?
No.
Isn't that a psychoanalysis?
Zoologist. I know you're joking, but
no, a zoologist studies animals, but study animal psychology. Isn't that like a psychozoologist?
Sure. So to summarize my thought,
you believe in Santa.
Yes, I think that we should have a
space
segment
submarine
at the very beginning of each episode, fact checkers, where people will
fact check us.
That's
so good.
And then I'm trying to do things that will engage the listeners / viewers.
Oh, people watch us?
Yeah, some people, at least 1 or 2. Sam does because we bring him up every episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I usually watch it, but it's on YouTube Music.
I can't believe you do that. We should
I
talk
don't
about
watch
that.
it. I listen to it.
That's so weird.
No, it's not. You have YouTube Music / Premium.
No, I understand the logistics.
That's the alpha thing,
I understand the logistics, but like, we already had this conversation. Why are you listening back to it? Do you like listening to your own voice?
No, but I like to listen to how we talked about, and me as a just blind listener is like, am I engaged? Do I like this? Is this stupid? Like I did not listen to our last one because I didn't feel good because I wasn't prepared and I didn't talk about anything. I feel like I don't know what we talked about. Episode 5 I loved, but 6 I have no idea what it's about.
Which one was 5? The movies?
No, it was something else, but it was good.
Oh,
memorable. I know that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like listening back to it. Well, like even just like when I have to go through
you're editing it. It's like when you knead dough all day, does the bread taste that good? I don't think so. Like
I think it tastes better.
If you're a baker, doubt.
I don't know.
Okay.
One thing, so little behind the scenes. Oh. The way that I pick out what video or like clip I put on Twitter and Instagram,
listen to the whole thing.
No, I don't. All I do is I look for the sound spikes where we're laughing, and I'll like go back and figure out what we were laughing about, and then I'll like pick out something funny. You know what?
Like you saying that out loud, well, even thinking it, I can read minds, but that's called teleportation. I think a lot of people would probably do that if they were intelligent. I mean, I probably would have figured it out at some point if I were like, cutting it up and trying to find a good clip,
Yeah.
I'd maybe be like, maybe there's some activity around here. But it'd take me a while.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm sure other people who do this are probably like, duh. Or they're like, duh, yeah, we knew that the whole time.
It took me a couple episodes to think of that, but
it makes it 5.
Quite quick. Especially, it's really fast when I don't have to go through and bleep out all the last names. Oh my gosh.
Got to get that out of the way. So you just look for the spike in the.
I don't think it works like that.
Come on, I'll be really loud.
No. Yeah, it took me like half the time to edit the last one because you didn't say any last names.
Oh, I didn't.
No,
I was gonna make that a bit, but sorry, guys.
I'd prefer you didn't.
I know you prefer, but when you say it with a laughing manner, it means you don't like it, but you're kind of like, you know what?
It's a good bit, but it makes it more work for me.
Well, we're getting paid the same.
You can just say, Jake bleep.
That's not fun though.
But nobody needs to know that you're not actually saying the last name.
But it makes it more fun because I know you have to do it. So power move, right? I'm inconveniencing you at no reason. Actually, humor is the reason.
That's a decent reason, I suppose.
But it's not fair.
If other people are enjoying it, not just you, then I'll
DM us if you
think that's a good bit.
Yeah,
I know.
If we get more than 0, that means we keep it in.
Oh damn!
Watch no one.
We're screwed.
Oh really?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna delete him.
I bet SAM will do it.
Yeah, he did tell me that he was dying when you were making the joke about his last name. That I had to bleep out the entire joke, basically.
I think I listened to that because it was like beep boop beep.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You bleeped out part that I didn't say his name. I said it's the opposite of.
No, yeah, but you can't say that because then it's so easy to figure out what his name is.
No, because
no, you just stop. Just stop talking about it.
Let's just use this as an example.
Oh my gosh!
How do you spell there?
THERE.
Wrong.
THEIRTHY.
No, that's like 4 words. That's not even a word.
It's 3 words.
So that's what I'm saying. So I could say the opposite of something, and everyone would be like, "Oh, which one is he talking about?"
That doesn't make any sense. It's not applicable to this situation.
I could. I got 2 right now.
No.
3.
I don't want to know.
Oh, whatever. It was the third one would have been a good one. Okay, what else did I have?
I don't know. What else did you have? That's literally all I had written down was fact checkers.
So you're not,
fact check us.
Okay, so I asked about the Tooth Fairy and Santa.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, and you said around 9 to 10.
Yeah, I think I was about 8.
Okay.
Just trying to fact check us before anybody else does.
Who's gonna look up your birth certificate?
My mom, maybe.
She's gonna.
Okay. I think it was the summer before 3rd grade, so I think I would have been 8. I don't know. I can picture the setting in my head.
Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
Ooh. I think flight. Like if I could fly like Superman, just get wherever the hell I want.
That's why you'd want a superpower to fly like Superman.
See, in my mind works on efficiency. Like, what is the most efficient way to do something? And flying, like if I need to go get groceries, climb out on my balcony and fly there, that's so much faster than getting in the car, driving there. Maybe I gotta stop for gas. If I can just fly over all the buildings and get to the grocery store in like 30 seconds, imagine how much more stuff I could get done.
I mean, I don't know. Does it take that much?
It's not about doing it once. It's about doing it every time.
Yeah, so let's just think about this, though. In your lifetime, how much time have you spent traveling to get groceries? Because it's not the grocery grabbing time that doesn't speed. So,
but it's not just that activity. Like, I put, on average, like 20,000 miles on my car every year. If I can fly at 100 miles an hour, imagine how much time I save.
Can you imagine that? Just Belinda being like, "Hey, come over to my parents' house in Appletown. I don't know where it's at. Whatever. Somewhere on the far east side of Wisconsin. Tim, I'll see you there. Oh, you leave now and I'll see you there when you get there."
Yeah.
Because I'll fly so fast.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be
really
sick.
what you would do?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Asshole.
Well, she can't fly. What's she gonna do?
Oh, that's what I mean. It's like, well, you got to suffer a 6-hour drive and have a good life.
Yep. Sucks to be her, huh? What would your superpower be?
To have all superpowers. No.
It's like how many wishes?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I was thinking about this the other day because they're like, you got to think of the traditional ones, like super strength. It's like, okay, unless you're like in manual labor, what does that get you in real life? Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, to fly, woo, so I can be with jets, get groceries faster, stuff like that. Okay, whatever. Living forever. I don't know if that's a superpower, but
I don't want to do that.
yeah, I don't either, because then everyone dies around you.
Yeah.
Unless they also wish, with their one wish, to live forever.
I don't think I would ever want to live forever.
I wouldn't either. What about 200 years?
That's doable.
Well, they can see your grandchildren.
My grandchildren?
Yeah. Well, because you would kill them.
I don't think I would.
Well, it's like indirectly you'd be killing the idea of them in your soul because you'd be living beyond them. Hey, Grandpa, we're the same age.
What if by the time
we're 93, man?
What if by the time my grandchildren get to be old, that human life lasts like 200 years? Super science or something.
Have you seen that stupid? Well, there's actually a real theory out there, and it has not been proven wrong. I don't know what it's called, but it's like oxygen is actually toxic to humans, so it just takes about 80 to 100 years to kill them.
Yeah, we're gonna need a fact checker on that.
Dude, you can't call it out. They have to just listen and fact check us.
I don't know if I'm believing that.
It's a real theory. Anyway.
By who?
I just told you Jones? I don't know. It's a real... Okay, no. I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Alex Jones is?
Is he like an overweight guy in a tan suit?
I don't
but
know.
That's half the people on television.
I don't know if he wears tan suits, but he got totally banned from the internet basically. Besides his website, because he spreads all these crazy conspiracy theories about how frogs can turn you gay and stuff like that.
How do you ban someone from the internet?
He got kicked off of YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and basically everything. Podcasts.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I don't know who that is, but cool.
I would tell you to look him up, but
I can't.
You really don't have to.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of crazy. You never said what superpower you would want.
Oh, I haven't?
No.
Honestly, I was thinking about this. I think it would be based on where I'm at in my life. It would probably before this, it would probably have been heal like Wolverine, get a cut, heals right away. That'd be kind of cool.
You get a lot of cuts?
No, but that's why it would be cool. All right, no. Excuse me, I misspoke. No, my superpower, it's always been never to be sick. Ever. No colds, those aches and pains, feeling lousy. Ever.
It's not a bad one.
Because I was like, whoa. Can you imagine that?
It's not really a superpower.
It's tell you what, don't give me any more PTO, just give me more sick days. Because I don't take them. Well, but you would to use vacation because it's so stupid. But
so give you more PTO. Got it.
Well, okay. No, my superpower now I think would be to learn a new skill or to read and learn. I don't know is that two? That's probably two. To learn faster.
To learn faster. Wouldn't you have to read faster, or you would be better at? So yeah, I guess I would go
both. You would just learn. You would read instruction manual of how to put an IKEA table together, and you'd be like, I am
the table.
The table. I am.
Here's something you should try. So I'm a slow reader, right?
No.
And I've been reading the Wheel of Time series, and there's 14
it never
books.
Ends.
Kind of. There's 14 books, each one of them is like 700 pages long. So I'm like, I'm so slow at reading, and I get distracted so easy.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I have like the first 3 books because they came in a set, right? So I'm like, I gotta read them. How can I read them faster? So I'm like, I'll listen to the audiobook while I'm reading it. So not only can I read it faster, but I also like am forced to continue reading because the like audiobook doesn't
They don't stop,
right?
Yeah.
I can't just like be like, oh wait, let me look at my phone something real quick.
Did you discover that, or was that one gal at Brad's cabin?
That's how I thought of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There was somebody that was there. Yeah.
I've always wanted to try that, but then I'm just like, no.
It's kind of awesome. I mean,
is it?
Audiobooks are expensive, but like,
so are regular books.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I think that the 3-pack of the first 3 books in that series was like $20. But the audiobooks are like $30 each.
That's because you're paying a dude to read for 30 hours, man.
True. But
Dick Hill is the best reader out there, by the way.
We already talked about that.
Dick Hill, really?
Yeah.
Here? What episode?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think we talked about that before this thing.
It could be.
If you know which episode it came from, you get a prize. If you
I swear we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't think we did, but continue.
But like Audible, you get a free book every month. So like,
yeah, but yeah. But you're subscribed, right? Isn't that like a subscription?
It's
$12
like,
a month.
I don't remember how much it is.
So it's like you're buying the damn book over and over. You may as well just not.
If you read one book, it's half off.
Even the one they give you?
Well, I mean, if you read one book a month and you're paying $15, but the book normally costs $30, it's half off.
But you're still paying the $12. It's a sunk cost.
Yeah, but your total payment was $15, and you get a $30 book for free.
That's 1 month though.
But you get a new one
is
every
perpetual.
Month. You get a new free book every month. And when you start,
is it your choice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And
so you can pick a $90 book.
Yeah, I don't know if there are $90 books, but
I mean, I know there's like $32 versus $24 and versus $12 and. I don't know. I thought I ran my calculations, and I was like, I can't, since I don't read a book or listen to a book one a month. I'd like to, but since I don't, and still, that's not a free book a month. It's a $12 book every month because you are subscribing to it. You have to pay that, and then you get a free book. So you're buying that every month,
but it's still cheaper as long as you're only reading one book a month.
Okay, what if you have a career change and you can't? Then you stop subscribing and then you don't own the books, or you do because you did pay for them.
As long as you always have them once you get them. And there's a lot of free books too.
Yeah, but those are trash. There's a reason they're free.
There was one that I downloaded. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but it was really good. I don't even remember what it was.
It was so good you didn't finish it?
I wish I could.
Wow, great.
Well, it was
sold, man. Quit selling. Figure out the name, please.
I think it was when I was listening to audiobooks at the gym, and then I decided that was a bad idea.
Because you walked for 500 miles. Claimers.
No.
Okay.
Anyway.
I don't know how we got on a tangent.
I don't either. We were talking about efficiency and... Oh, you wanted to be able to comprehend.
Learn faster. That would be my superpower.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, so.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Yep.
It's on Hulu.
Mm-mm.
It's like Andy Samberg, and he keeps like reliving the same day over and over. And then
Groundhog's Day.
No, I don't remember.
Live, Die, Repeat.
No, it just came out like last year.
No, I have not. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's okay. The reason I thought of it is like he accidentally traps this other girl to keep living the same day over and over, and she like becomes like a physics superhero, just like because she just studies physics all day every day to try to figure out how to get out of this like wormhole that they're stuck in.
Oh, that's cool. It sounds like a good movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
Oh.
It's funny.
Oh, it's not.
It's worth a watch. It's not that long. I think it's like an hour and a half.
Oh, did you ever watch Mortal Kombat?
No. I'll try to look it up. Why do you ask about Mortal Kombat?
Because I mean, that was part of my childhood. You watch the Mortal Kombat movies with your buddies, and watching the clips from that, it's kind of a throwback, because the CGI graphics, whatever you want to call it, were so terrible. The script was so god awful. I mean, this is what they did when they're like, hey, there's video game. Let's make a movie out of this video game. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. What's the story? It's tournament. Okay. Are there good guys and bad guys? There has to be. Otherwise they won't, the writers won't write it, because there needs to be conflict. Oh, okay. Anyway, god awful stuff from the 90s. But this new one that's coming out, I think it looks very good. I think they did the proper casting. I think they created a plot line. They went to whatever, George or Jorge R. Martin or whatever, and said, hey, write us something about a fight tournament. Anyway, turn off your mic.
I'll take your word for it.
Dude, have you seen the trailer?
No.
That might, you should probably watch that.
I don't remember the last time I watched the trailer.
Okay. Well.
On purpose, at least. Okay, the movie I was talking about is called Palm Springs.
I've seen that on there, but I haven't watched it.
It's 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, that's an invalid. That doesn't sell me on it. Rotten Tomatoes is garbage.
7.4 on IMDb,
That's
83% on Metacritic. It's pretty good ratings.
Here's my beef with Rotten Tomatoes. When people, as soon as I hear it got this score on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm like, well, that's not accurate. And the reason I say that is I used to kind of just see what a movie, because I was interested in, got, because I never would see it when it came out, because everyone and their brother is at the theater and they're all sweaty and nasty, and then there's some rude asshole in the back who's talking about the movie, oh yeah, that was cool, and it's no one needed to hear you say that, dude. Anyway.
Well, that one was Hulu exclusive, so it wasn't in theaters anyway.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. What I'm saying is...
yeah, I do.
What was I saying?
It's kind of like the Myers-Briggs score. It's
oh, no,
you can use it as a baseline.
It's not even a baseline, though, because there are movies there's one movie I absolutely loved, and it got, there's 4 movies in a row over a period of, 9 to 10 months of, movies coming out and me, checking. And I read some of these critics and these reviews, and they were, terrible. And then I watched them. I was like, you know what? I really liked it. And then even after, then I thought, well, maybe it might just, because I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes, I'm, the opposite.
You're contrarian.
And then I watched something before I read a review, and it was completely flipped. You know?
It's kind of this...
I didn't really like the thing, but it was oh my gosh. It's I think that's what broke the camel's back, actually, in thinking about it. So there's a movie called The Place Behind the Pines or something, or Beyond the Pines. It's got an all-star cast of Bradley Cooper, Jason Statham, and who's the gal? Mandy Moore, I think, is in that. And then, so it's and I was oh, all-star cast, you can't.
Ryan Gosling.
Dude, you're supposed to let them guess when I'm lying.
Sorry, keep going.
So, it was Bradley Cooper, Ryan Gosling, and I don't know who the chick was. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, all the reviews, the advertisements on TV, reviews, everyone thought it was the greatest movie. What is Rotten Tomatoes? Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, 78%.
Oh my gosh. So if anyone watches that who has a brain and, gets it.
Did you turn your mic off?
No. Did you? No.
I thought I heard a click. Sorry.
No.
I derailed you.
If anyone who has a brain and has a set of ears that work, and maybe even eyes. They don't have to work though. Watch that movie and tell me, like, take a picture of yourself saying this is a good movie without lying to yourself or anyone. Like, it was seriously, I thought, one of the worst movies ever made. Like, there's like 6 of those movies, man.
Eva Mendes is the chick in it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that I was like, you know what? This could be good because she's a good actress and she's hot, for lack of a better term.
Ryan Gosling looks cool. He's all
got
tatted
face
out.
tattoos and stuff. But anyway, it's the worst movie ever.
I might have to watch it just to see. Where can I watch it?
No, see, now give it some
watch
time.
it on Peacock. What?
Give it some time and then watch it, because you might be really thrown either with my side or against my side. Apparently critics were like saying like, oh my god, this director we've never heard of before, it's his best work. It's like, it's his only damn work. That's why it was so terrible. There's a reason why they haven't made a movie like that ever since, because it sucked. Anyway, you were talking about Andy Samberg, Live Your Day Every Day.
Yeah, I was just saying that movie's pretty good. You should watch it. It's worth your time.
No, yes, I was on my list, but I don't have a list, so.
I have a list of movies that I think Alyssa should watch, and we watched one last night.
Who's Alyssa?
Oh, sorry, Belinda.
Okay, gotcha.
We watched one last night. School of Rock. Your thoughts?
She never saw that?
She'd seen parts of it, never the whole thing.
What does that even mean? Like
it was on TV, and she was like,
"Oh my gosh, you watched it on TV?
5 minutes."
You can't watch a movie on TV with commercials.
Not for the first
and enjoy
time,
it.
At least.
And enjoy it.
I could watch lots of movies on TV.
Well,
like
so,
Big
Behind
Lebowski.
Enemy Lines. Yeah, I know. But then it's also like, I don't know. I don't like if you're watching a movie to like watch it. It should never be.
That's a good point.
With whatever, a minute and 30 seconds of commercials between all the good parts. Because then you're like, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, commercial. And it's like, And it's like, then you pop popcorn, and then right when it starts up, beep, beep, they gotta go get the damn popcorn, and then it's like, oh, what I miss? It's like, if you had a normal movie thing, you could do it uninterrupted. And you could rewind. Anyway.
Sorry for your loss.
No, School of Rock, my thoughts. Good. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great
Jack
movie.
Black.
I've probably seen it 15 times. It's cool, actually, now that I was watching it, since I've been like teaching myself guitar, and I was watching like that kid, Zach Mooneyham, playing guitar and Jack Black playing guitar. I'm like, I can't believe he can play these chords with his little tiny 10-year-old fingers. Because it's like
can't.
No, he was.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, like Jack Black, when he was playing it, I'm like, I've never seen somebody play that G chord that way, just the way he was doing it. But it's kind of funny.
Yeah, that was a really good movie, good flick.
I agree. One of my childhood faves. What else you got?
And also, wait, what's the other one you got?
What do you mean?
You said you have a list of movies that Belinda's never seen.
Oh.
If you have a list, I feel like, okay, the list is like, is it 5 or more or 3 or more?
It was 3, and then I added 1.
Also, there's only 4?
Yeah.
That's a list. I think after 3, it's a list. Because like, I got to grab a couple things. Technically, a couple means 2, but I think 3, like, okay, I'll get a stick of gum with my, onions and tomatoes. Is that considered one item?
What do you mean?
Like, I gotta go to the grocery store and grab some onions and tomatoes. Like, did I buy 2 things?
Yeah.
Or did I buy 2 onions and 3 tomatoes?
I would say that's 2 things.
Okay. Just curious.
These are the movies that are currently on the list. Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction.
You haven't seen that?
You just muted your mic.
No, I know. Really?
Yeah.
Dude. Does she live under a rock? Is she Patrick Star? Did she date Patrick Star before you?
It's possible. Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, and The Shining.
I haven't seen The Shining.
Really?
In its entirety. I watched the watered down version on TV.
Oh, mistake. I watched it on an airplane, like the first half, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to finish this. So I watched it when I got home, and I'm like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So now I want to watch it like for reals.
Did they remake that?
I have a 4K HDR version.
No. Like, did they remake that in like 2015 or
I
something?
don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe I dreamt it.
Other movies that were on the list that got checked off:
Thank God.
The Big Lebowski, School of Rock, and Get Out.
I haven't seen Get Out.
Really?
I know. Everyone who tells me to watch it,
Mostly me, because it's like probably in my top 3.
There's a few people that have it. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I just don't really. Not interested. I don't know.
It's good.
Good. All right. Well, I'll have to watch it.
So that was a movie like I didn't want to go see because I don't really like scary movies, but I just like went with some of my friends and I walked out of the movie and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I just pooped my pants.
It wasn't even like I was like, it's not really scary. There's not like jump scares in it.
Pants.
But I'm like, it was just so good. The ending. It's awesome. That's everyone's homework assignment that's listening to this, including you.
Like me, including the person listening, or what?
Everyone listening, and also Zach.
Do you think people are dumber in 2021 than they were in 2020? 2010, 2000, 1990, etc., etc.
I think people are always getting smarter.
They're always getting smarter.
The access to information is so much easier.
That doesn't make you smart, though. If you Google 1 + 1, doesn't mean you know how to add.
Well, that's like that's I guess really what you're asking.
I'm not saying that's what makes you smart, but
are people more intelligent or do people have more knowledge? Because that's two different questions.
Intelligent.
I don't think so. Because I don't think...
You don't think they're smarter?
No. I mean, maybe like through evolution, people have more intelligence. But
here's another hypothetical with your statement. If we went into an apocalyptic future, do you think more people from North Dakota would know how to survive, or more people from New York City?
What kind of apocalypse?
One in all the movies in the last 15 years.
So like zombie apocalypse?
Not zombie apocalypse.
Like nuclear fallout?
Nuclear fallout, let's say that.
I don't think that rural people would have an advantage.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just doesn't seem like they would. I think like there are intelligent people that live in all walks of life.
No, I'm not saying like being able to survive in an apocalyptic future is like a sign of intelligence. I think it's actually a form of it, but I don't think it's like that's not the metric.
A life like that is all about problem solving, right? Like you have to be able to think critically about.
I guess like my thing is more so like how many hunters do you think live in New York City?
I don't know.
Let's say there's 1,000 hunters in New York City and 1,000 hunters or 1,000 North Dakotans.
Which hunters are better?
Not even that.
But that's only
my biggest struggle is how many hunters do you think live in New York City? That's my big thing. I bet like 100. And they're probably like, I bet maybe 200.
But that's only one aspect of what is needed to survive.
No, I'm not. But I mean, kind of. Otherwise, you're
really,
a gatherer.
It's a really important aspect, but like, you have to be able to solve problems. You know, you have to.
But okay, so you're saying there's a problem at hand. I guess that's a dumb argument to make. But I was going to say, if you've never shot a buffalo or killed a buffalo before, when you're 50, do you think because it's problem solving, like, all right, I'm going to kill this buffalo?
So it's not like you're shooting them with a longbow.
How do you know?
If you have access to a rifle,
what if you're not a hunter?
It's not hard. You can go steal one from a gun store.
I suppose. But so you think they're equally matched, or
I wouldn't say.
like who do you think would live longer?
I wouldn't like if you take one person out of North Dakota and one person that lived in New York City. I think that they probably have. I don't know how to word this. I think that if you average out everyone in New York City and everyone in North Dakota, they have an equal chance of survival.
For the whole number of the population of each?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think...
So you're saying if there are 1,000 hunters in North Dakota who know how to do everything, and there's... Well, what was you said the same amount?
If you average out all the people in New York City, all the people in North Dakota, they have an equal chance of survival.
But think that statistically doesn't even make sense, does it? With millions of people in New York.
But I'm saying like...
But you said average. That's what I'm saying. Like the population is so much larger.
I think
think about that.
I don't mean like I guess I don't know. It's hard to say on...
I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to like...
I'm guessing you think the opposite way.
I think people in rural all over the country would do fair. I would like, here's how I want to phrase this. I take all the rural people, put them on my team, and then everyone who's a city slicker who's never been out there, and the few hunters that live in those cities, yes, like they will do well, but they're not feeding an entire city. They're feeding themselves. It's apocalypse now. So I guess what I'm saying is like you take 100,000 rural people and 100,000 random in New York City. I think the rural people they're over a longer period of time.
Here's
like take 20 years. I think there would be like 3 New York people left, maybe, and they're probably like.
Here's a counter
to be dogs.
Here's a counter to your argument. Okay. So, it's not like it's every man for himself, right? In that kind of scenario, you're probably going to form like small societies, like tribes, right? So you don't need everyone to be a good hunter. You need a select number of hunters from your group, right? So maybe, actually, I would agree with you. Probably, there's a lot higher percent of the population in North Dakota that are hunters, right, than in New York City. But that's only one trait that is needed to survive. Being a good hunter, right? Being able to gather food for your tribe.
So, okay, let's rephrase that. So that's one aspect. Do you think so? Shelter's probably another one, right?
Yeah.
How many people in New York do you know how to build something versus someone in rural?
There's a lot more shelter already in New York City, though. They don't have to build.
See, you're thinking of like stuff like that. I'm talking like apocalypse movies. There's like you can't stay in one spot if there's no food. How are you going to feed everyone in New York if there's no ships or there's?
What about I Am Legend? He was in New York.
There's like 3. He was like the only dude.
Yeah, but he was like all the animals moved into the city, and he was hunting them in the city.
Okay, so with millions of people in New York, deer are going to suddenly be like, hey, let's just all go in the city so we can get killed by the millions of people who need...
In nuclear fallout, there's probably not going to be millions of people in New York City.
See, no. We're not talking about... I said... Okay.
Okay, how about this? Let me rephrase your question back at you.
Okay.
Say the apocalypse happened 20 years ago, and I'm probably tons and tons of people that live in New York City died from the apocalypse, one way or another.
Okay.
Directly or indirectly. 20 years... Did I say 20?
Yeah.
20 years after the apocalypse, who's more likely to survive? Someone that during the apocalypse was from New York City, or during the apocalypse was from North Dakota. That, I think, it's way more equal. Because if you already survived 20 years...
It's not about being equal or trying to find the middle ground. It's, let's say, okay, I'll rephrase my question. It's not apocalypse. Tomorrow, trade shuts down. farmers stop producing. I don't know. Like, this is like a purely hypothetical. Like, the other reason the apocalyptic analogy made sense is because, like, there was no formal structure of like how things work and everything. Like, pretend right now, yeah, not nuclear fallout, but all the animal, or not all the animals, all the, I don't know, corn and all the farmland in the entire world doesn't work. Then whatever, I don't know.
Well, I think
there's anarchy. I don't know. Like,
in any of those scenarios,
like,
the reason that people live in New York City is because there's work, right? The work provides them an income that they can use to provide food for their families. If that doesn't exist anymore, they're not going to stay in New York City. They're going to leave.
So where do you go?
Into the rural communities.
This is I guess the ultimate point. What I'm getting at is not. This isn't what I'm getting at, but here's another conclusion thing. I think there are more dumb people in this world than there are. I think people are getting dumber. To the original question, you said people are getting more intelligent or something, or
I said they're not getting more intelligent, but they're getting smarter.
Yeah. So I think
they have more knowledge.
As a species, I think we are getting dumber.
Strongly disagree.
That's fine. You can. I mean, I don't think you should chalk up how far where we're going with all this technology and stuff to the few who are very intelligent. I think overall, like for every 10 babies that are born, I think 8 to 9 of them are probably going to be really stupid. No, I said 1 every 10. Let's say like 1 every 100,000. I think 1 every 100,000, you're going to hit a really smart person. So every 200,000 babies, I think you'll find, a good cardiologist in there. That's what I'm saying.
I think maybe the reason you have that perception is because it's much easier for dumb people to have a voice.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because you see all the dumb stuff now. The sad thing is I see more dumb things. That's why that's why I asked, like, people compared now to 2021, 2010, 90s. Like, for me, the further you go back, the more intelligent people are. That's how I feel.
I think I
don't think we should point the finger at, like, oh, Apple, iPhone, touchscreen, as that's not a metric of intelligence. That's innovations that a few people. That's not.
No, I guess, but what I was saying was that, like, the reason I think that people are smarter now is because they have access to more information.
See, and that still doesn't necessarily mean smart, I don't think. You know how to use an iPhone? That's not really smart.
No, but you're gaining knowledge. You have more knowledge, I guess, is what my definition of smart would
be. But how much knowledge is relevant and worthwhile? For instance, someone told me the other day, hey, scientists just had a big breakthrough. They found out that earthworms are social beings. And I was like, oh my God, who studied that? And why? you know? And I'm not saying, like, it's not important, but, like, how is that the headline?
I don't know. I think you're thinking too much into it.
I don't think so. That's where I'm like for me, like you said, no, I have more information now. I am more intelligent. It's like, what does that get you?
See, but you keep using the word intelligent, and I think of that
problem
as, like,
solving, critical thinking.
No, but
thinking for yourself. I think that's gone away almost entirely.
Disagree.
It's a. You think it's more so?
No, I think of intelligence as, like, not really something you can change. You can get smarter by gaining more knowledge, but you can't become more intelligent. Because like it's just like how your body is wired.
Oh, Oh, so you think someone's fixed with the same amount of intelligence?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I think our disagreement is on a vocabulary.
Yeah, I think we both have different definitions. I think that's what. Like I would say intelligent. It's not what like intelligence or smarts. It's like it's not what are you intelligent. It's what makes you intelligent. And I think there are tons of people who are intelligent, but they don't know what their intelligence is, and so they are stupid in that regard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's like I use the hunter in New York City people. I don't know how to describe not Easter. I don't know.
City folk.
City folk. Yeah. I compare those two, and it's like, I think even if you were to normalize the data, like if you just amplified the number of rural people to match the number of New York Cityans, I think more rural people are going to live. Because I think they just have more of those skills needed to.
Maybe,
yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully we never have to find out.
I hope we never do either. Yeah, so no, that was my thing is I think people, so you think people are getting smarter, which
Yes.
we're
Smarter, but not more intelligent.
So you think they're getting less intelligent?
No.
The same intelligent?
Yes.
So is that like untapped potential? Is that what that would be? How does that make sense? No. So then you're indirectly saying they're not getting more intelligent. They're staying right where they're at. So they're not growing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like maybe as a species we're getting more intelligent through like natural selection, but
you think so?
I don't think naturally we're getting more intelligent.
Wait, hold on. Natural selection? You think? What was it?
Like natural selection basically is just like if you have a trait that makes it easier for you to survive over time because you have that trait, if you pass it down to your children, then they are more likely to survive. So maybe intelligence is one of those traits. Probably is. What's up, everybody? Future Tim here. We decided to cut out the last part of this podcast just because there were some ideas that really were not well articulated, and we didn't want them to get misinterpreted for something that they weren't. I guess that'll probably happen from time to time, just with the way that we record this podcast, kind of just recording ourselves for hours at a time and having philosophical conversations like the one that you just were hearing. Hopefully, I just wanted to put this little note on the end of the podcast so it didn't seem like there was some weird cut that didn't make any sense. So yeah, hit us up, Twitter, Instagram, email, couchbeerspod on Twitter and Instagram, couchbeerspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks. See you next time.